I'm April, and I have a homestead. You might know me from Instagram, which is where I've been documenting our whole journey and getting all of our animals and everything in my garden. And I love Instagram. I love the community there. I feel like I've met so many people and really connected with people who are kind of doing similar things that we are. But lately, I've really been drawn to the story aspect, which just basically means that I'm making videos on Instagram. So I wanted to try out YouTube because I wanted to do more video talking, showing kind of interactions with you guys. To start off with, I think it'd be a good place to kind of talk about who we are and what we're doing, because a big part, well, the whole reason why we are documenting our journey is to connect with people. Even though we live in a really rural area where you would think a lot of people are doing the same thing we are, it's really hard to connect with people sometimes. We don't live really close to where a lot of the conventions are, and it's so spread out and rural here, we really still don't know many people. So if you are raising animals like we are and gardening, I would love to hear from you. We have no idea what we're doing most of the time. Pretty much everything we do is trial and error. So if you ever have any suggestions or thoughts or ideas, we would love to hear them. Anything that we can get is definitely beneficial. So this won't be a educational channel, this won't be a how-to channel. It will be more of a, we're gonna try this and see how it happens. So you can come along with us to learn and grow and homestead and grow our own food. So we have been living on this property for about 5 years, I think. It's about 7 acres. The majority of it is cleared, and the rest of it, which I think will be about 2 acres, is all wooded. The way that our property is, we have a big front pasture and a big back pasture. Our house is like right in the middle of everything. So when we got the house, I knew I wanted a garden. I've had a garden forever. But that first year, I didn't do any soil amendments. I just plopped everything right in the ground, and it completely failed. So it's been a work in progress, and every year has been a little bit better. And this year, my garden was so amazing. I worked really, really hard to get it to the point that it's at. So now it's finally at a place where I'm proud of and want to brag about it. We knew pretty quickly that we wanted animals. We waited a while. I think we waited about 3 years, because it wasn't until last year that we actually made the big leap and got some animals. So we started off with sheep. We do hair sheep because we don't want to shear sheep. So we started off with 4 hair sheep. We have the Katahdin Hair Sheep. I don't know how to pronounce it. Something with a K. And they bred, and then earlier this year we got lambs. All 3 of our girl lambs had 1 baby each. So we ended up having 7 total because we have 1 ram. Long story short, we ended up harvesting the one male lamb that we had. We still have our ram. And then we bought 2 more sheep. So now we have 8 sheep total. And again, long story short, some of them accidentally bred a lot earlier than we had wanted them to. So we are expecting lambs anytime now. So I will bring you guys along and film as much as I can if we catch them. Last year, we just woke up and there were lambs. So luckily we haven't had any trouble. I'm really hoping that we have really good breeding stock, and they'll do their thing again and we'll wake up with lambs. After we did the sheep, we got some cows. So we started off with 1 bottle calf. They're not for milking, they're males, they're for meat. Our plan right now is to do 1 bottle calf a year. I think that's a little much. It's only myself, my husband, our 2-year-old little boy, and I'm currently pregnant right now, so That's not a lot of people in the house. We really don't need that much meat. My husband is a very avid hunter. He's gotten a lot of deer this year, which is great, but we are up to our neck in meat, which is a great problem to have, and we're giving it to family and friends, and it's really not that big of a deal. I just don't think we need a cow every year. So we got one bottle calf that first year, and then this past year we got another one. So right now we have two. The first cow that we had, who's about 2 years old, we're planning on harvesting him anytime now. The only thing really holding us back is we need better infrastructure. So that's another thing that I would really love to film a little bit more, because again, we really don't know what we're doing. We've never harvested a cow before. My husband has done a ton of butchery, and we did the lamb, he does deer, he does bear, he does everything, just never like a gigantic several 100-pound cow. So that will be an adventure that I would love feedback on. The other aspect of our farm that I really wanted to connect with people on is the fact that my husband and I both work full-time. So our goal is not to be doing this full-time forever, quit our jobs, just do homesteading, just raise animals and garden and all of that. That's not what we want. We like to do this as a hobby, and I think that's kind of how we want to keep it. In the future, depending on how all of our animal raising goes, we might have like a very, very small scale just meat selling situation, nothing big. Maybe just have like a small LLC where we just sell to a handful of people and we have extra meat. I think that's probably the extent of anything that we would do. But that being said, it's really hard to do everything when you have a full-time job and a kid and a half that you're taking care of. So that's a big reason why we are so relaxed with everything and just kind of trial and error, because we don't have time to do it the right way a lot of the time, which I know sounds silly, and in the end we're probably like, we end up doing it the right way anyway. We just want to find shortcuts if we can. So I again would really love to connect with anyone who's also just doing this as a hobby and just kind of hear what you're doing. Anyone who's raising hair sheep, we would love to hear from you. Even though we live in a super rural area, there are no livestock veterinarians close to us in the county. People complain about it all the time. If you want to come to my county, you are more than welcome. But we have had to learn how to give shots and fix hooves and do all that on our own. We have no idea what we're doing. We're doing the best we can. But we would love to be able to have people to talk with and ask questions to and learn from. So if that sounds like you, feel free to reach out. You can comment here on this video. You can follow me on Instagram and message me there. I would love to hear from you. But that's about it. And thank you for watching, and I hope you subscribe. Bye.